sunlight on broken stones. Like the lotus to break cleanly from mud into the maze of light, to lock in memory the music of the Rubik's love, contemplates the world by constructing the pedals for nationhood. Remain in the center and measure blood, with solar swords ensured. As with Lapu-Lapu, whose lowing cloth and tranced fat water clock from servile regret, or silent Mabini the map maker, Rizaldo will write, the center is the fulcrum, will to expect nothing less than perfect. Bright syllables, given bright syllables, holding history's flight.
Moons crack, winds die. Chances we fling in fear. Against pride perform none of the miracles we list in the books. Burn the records so they compel you now. No letter to fetter, the plebeian anthem. No anadem to blare the share for weapons or spilled blood. So they tell you. Gold lost is gold stolen, broken revenue. It is your birthright, but it will not rise nor sing glory Pacific. Ring the bells day and night in jubilee. It is bone chime, the useless appendage, dragging a people's wound across stones, time to time. Dark sign, dark age.
If love betrays all, well, the calendar must expel those periods free and compose. Their shoes, their tents, the arms of blood flushing in the sun. The papers signed and sworn to, the necks breaking with the screw. The names fresh with thick candle drops. The mother sighing in the wind, would they too matter if love betrays? We would not turn them to the essences, or jungle chimeras, and chimpanzees for jubilees or parades. In California, where desires burn, or in Cavite, weeping for one's moon glow or death, in the other's false catacomb, I will not, never seal the light. I will not light the fire. I will hire 20,000 ghosts to gamble on the waves and watch terror follow the men who are honorable, so-called gentrified.
So what of the price? The grass hanging as if gold laces in a gold meat forest. The best I will strike in quid o. The worst will drown in wine, for nothing of mine nor of theirs will partake of worship. But I will make them smell the wounds, not an armada of dying whales, even though that would do as well, but of 30 ships figured like sorrows, with a poet's head on a prow. Full sets or full scap, it will reveal the sheer bondage of leathercraft. So it was in the beginning when cordage consigned through poetry to Am's house. Art became a witch. What we saved was not the best part of what we wanted to become when hard times turned better.
What of that? To die is to that others may live, to write in blood poets' illusion. For a piece of the moon is not novel, beyond contumely. In the palace hall, the dancers whirl and whirl to the applause of affluence. The painters expose their blushes. For princely psalms, the singers and pretenders, the actors and declaimers, designs their belts with the bacon and feathers by the palace gate. The wretched artisan of sword sits like an outcast. So it was in the beginning, so will it be in the end. Exilum is his anagram. Disappear his anadem. The Spaniards cut the occultic cord from his womb and clipped the wingspan of his soul, saying, in the country of 10,000 bulls, the cow is the prime minister.
While the Americans, without sword but with sacks full of chocolates, seduced the gods out of his spine with sugar and a strange alphabet. Now, he limps across the boulevards, his innards empty, selling his poems to the crowd. Words, words, he shouts. Come by wonderful words to embellish your skulls. Dress your loved ones with immortal lines. Redeem your ancestry with tinkling rhymes. Feed your pets with syllables and chimes. Words, words, words. Who will buy my words? They cover to his beak. They clap their hands, but no one drops a coin on his can. So what? Blood in the moon is blood in the mine. Again, for turpentine and lime. A simple trickle over the stony tablets of time.
But of the maunderings of the needle stuck to his bony breast like antique portents, of the hunger and pain their neglect chiseled in his heart, who will summon angels to straighten the accounts, and their logic thus, He does not fatten the revenue. He does not bring in the tourist. He is ugly and odorous. Let him eat his words. Between the white masters who broke his soul and his brown brothers who break his heart, his biography crawls painfully, a cutworm. And yet, as he crawls, he carries on his back his people's dream of nationhood, their sins and desperations, as if flogging him were not enough, as if he could not die.
The numbers henchmen would abandon their ledgers, as if the armored inklings would explode their stars, as if the metal princelings would release the law, as if a mendicancy would be crowned king at the carnival, as if and what language must rise out of broken stones that serve as landscape for a people's desire to relight the fire of harmony and strength. Where are they now? The words Haina splattered at Barcelona and Madrid in splendid subserveness. Where are the construct for death or for life that rich men and poor men inscribe with the blood of their faith and reckless pursuit of a common rule?
Who cries for Cavite, Manila, Bulacan, Batangas, faint verbs in the noble discourse of nationhood, whose composition rested in young corpses and old companies? Where are the companions in arms, the hungry fellows who fed on hopes for selfhood? Must they not hear triumphal rhymes? In epic scale, the Bonifacio brothers, the Lunas, the sad women of Malolos, Del Pilar, Ricarte, masons, carpenters, road members, bamboo splitters, market vendors. Love must not betray them, nor graveyard silence.
Silence says the legs give it first, then the mind, in proper vortex. Colligation or hoax, fanfare or flux, the swirling erases context. That is, the process that connects, that enthralls. To be outside the law, or be inside it, is geopolitics. For the nuclear bombs and the pushers of bombs remain one and the same. Thus, if all human knowledge is brought by the senses, then all our ideas and concepts are but phantoms, and divested of their sensual forms, of the concrete world. Philosophy can but give names to each one of these phantoms. One name may be applied to more than one of them, and there may even be names of names.
In the plunge toward the darkness is the mind that mode of energy, the bolt that will not cease from turning. It is not of him that soon willeth, or him that soon runneth, to declare how the bones will break, or breaking, the location of their descent. To say thus, and thus of the fall, to assign some numbers as in a torture record, is the concern of medievalists who could consign white cows to parliaments, because, in class societies, history is one of the tools employed by the ruling class to maintain its own power. It is said the throne to corrupts about which all tyrannized peasants agree, except those who came on good times and now recline themselves on silver and paper money.